Eat my energy!
If you're a fan of Yu Yu Hakusho, well, first off, congratulations. You're a boomer anime fan and you probably complain about new generation anime because your stubborn ass refuses to leave the 90s bubble. Then you're probably also more than likely familiar with its creator, Yoshihiro Togashi. And though most of the people that watch this will already know a good bit of background about him, I figure I can't start off these videos on Yu Yu Hakusho without giving a bit more about the man who gave it life. So consider this a refresher if you're a longtime fan, and a starting point if you're a newbie. Welcome to the Ramen Shop Detective Agency, and this is Togashi Declassified. So the best place to begin is, well, the beginning. Yoshihiro Togashi was born April 27, 1966, in a city named Shinjo in Yamagata Prefecture, Japan. Now, this is one thing I didn't know about Togashi before, but his parents owned a paper shop, so I guess it was his destiny that he end up working in an industry that heavily utilizes it. From what I've been able to find, we can get a quick timeline going for Togashi's manga life before he was first ever published. He started drawing manga back in elementary school, joined the fine arts club at his high school, and he actually was studying to become a teacher at his college, Yamagata University. So he already had a large amount of experience with manga, some self-taught and some from hidden in the books. It was during his college days that he would submit manga to Weekly Young Jump. It was 1986 when Togashi would first receive some actual recognition for his manga with Botobi Straight. I apologize if I butchered that pronunciation. From this, he received an award called the Tezuka Award. Quick little aside here to give a brief description of the Tezuka Award. It's an award given out since 1971. It's semi-annual and given to new manga artists under the Story Manga Artist category by Shueisha under Weekly Shonen Jump. The top prize is 2 million yen, second place is 1 million yen, and some third places for 500,000 yen. It's named after the godfather of manga, Osamu Tezuka, and if you don't know who that is, one big example of his work is fucking Astro Boy. So yeah, this is a huge deal and a huge honor for new artists. Also, cool little bonus, the Tezuka Award is the counterpart to the Akasuka Award, and that award is for new manga artists in the comedy category. Okay, aside over, back to Togashi. So along with getting the Tezuka Award, he got an honorable mention in Shueisha's first Hot Step Award in 1988 for his work Juro no Mizuki. Masashi Kishimoto also was an honorable mention for the Hot Step Awards in 1996 for his Naruto one-shot Katakuri. Just another fun fact that I thought was neat because I didn't know it before. Anywho, it seems as though Togashi eventually did give up on becoming a teacher, but he was then contacted by Weekly Shonen Jump. They asked him to head down to Tokyo while he was still in his senior year of college. We all live in the modern day now, so we clearly know he said yes. So finally, before we get to Yu Yu Hakusho, Togashi had some other works published. There's a comedy short manga series called Okami Nate Koba Kunai. I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce this right. It translates to I'm Not Afraid of the Wolf, that released in 1989, and there is a romance novel he made called Tende Shodoru Cupid, again, apologies, an ill-tempered Cupid in heaven, that ran for 4 volumes from 1989 to 1990. Okay, that finally brings us to 1990, where my boy Togashi struck gold and created the series that has been a huge part of my life, Yu Yu Hakusho, or loosely translated to Poltergeist Report, or even Ghost Files as it's shown in the English titles. The classic banger of a series ran from 1990 to 1994. I would say 90 to 94, but then I realized that time keeps marching on, and that we're in a new generation of the 20s, and one day we'll do the same thing for the 90s, and that, oh god, I gotta get myself back to hold on. Okay, Yu Yu ended up with 19 volumes, 175 chapters, and 50 million copies sold worldwide. From there, Togashi went on to make a comedy manga, the sci-fi series called Level E. It ran from 1995 to 1997 with 3 volumes. Then, of course, we have Togashi's most recent mega hit, Hunter x Hunter, or Hunter x Hunter, if you don't give a fuck. It's odd saying most recent because Hunter x Hunter came back. See, I wanted to say Hunter x Hunter. Almost got me. Hunter x Hunter started back in 1998, but due to several hiatuses because of health problems, the series is still ongoing. Good news though, as of writing this script, Hunter x Hunter is out with no longer in hiatus. I believe it's been about 4 years, so shout out to them, shout out to my Hunter x Hunter fans. But as of recording this, I do believe it's back on a hiatus, but hopefully that won't last too long. And anything is possible. They got out of the hiatus, their longest one yet. So, you know, keep your heads up. They didn't believe it would come back, and it did, you guys. They didn't think Bleach would come back with the anime, and look, it came back with the anime, baby, better than ever. So we're still holding on to hope that we'll get that Yu Yu Hakusho game that's actually good, right? Right, guys? It can happen, right? So Togashi gained loads of praise from his series, and he's pretty much regarded as a classic shonen GOAT. But to give him even more props, he married Naoko Takeuchi on January 6, 1999. And if you don't know who that is, Sailor Moon ring any bells for you? Also, just a side note, if you don't care about Sailor Moon because you're a big manly man, please grow up. Sailor Moon is a classic and it has a huge legacy in the magical girl genre. It's, you know, very important to a lot of people growing up, and it deserves respect, and Takeuchi deserves her respect for creating it. This is also coming from someone who is not a big fan of Sailor Moon, but my fiance is, so there's that too. Moving on, their wedding was actually had with other manga artists and voice actors from Yu Yu Hakusho and Sailor Moon in attendance. So that's pretty fucking neat. They also have 2 kids together. I think it's sweet. I think honestly their relationship is goals. Minus the kids. Don't need the kids. I just think it's really cute and poetic that I happen to be a huge fan of Yu Yu Hakusho, and I am marrying a huge fan of Sailor Moon. I love how that all came together in life. In 1994, Togashi got the Shogakukan Award, the oldest manga award in Japan starting back in 1955. Togashi also made a 2-shot in 2017 called Akuten Wars. It was illustrated by Hachi Mizuno and published in Grand Jump Premium. Togashi also loves board games and video games, being big on Dragon Quest, so a Dragon Quest fan in the building. He has love for the occult and horror films, things of that nature being huge influence on Yu Yu Hakusho and its style. Now, Togashi has had a series of health issues over the course of his career for a variety of reasons. This clearly has had an effect on his manga, going back as far as the early Dark Tournament portion of Yu Yu Hakusho. All that is for another video though, so we'll get more details on that on another day. On a sweeter note, the Togashi paper store is still open to this day, being run by his mother, which I think is just fucking adorable. By the way, he also has a manga artist brother, Hideki Togashi, a younger brother by the way. Finally, Togashi made a Twitter account in May of 2022. He gained 2 million followers in like 3 days. He's the most followed manga artist on Twitter with 3 million followers as of me writing this script. So my boy's pretty popular. That's about all I have to say about Togashi for now. I'm sure there's plenty more we can bring up and discuss about him, but we can save that for later video topics. I just wanted to make sure that my first time opening shop here at the Ramen Shop Detective Agency should be fitting to talk about the man who made it possible. So big shout outs to Yoshihiro Togashi, and thank you for all your hard work and your continued hard work. Hopefully your health situation only improves and that you can stay as healthy as long as possible, continue doing what you love. Thank you. You're a big impact on my life and what I want to do as a career, so I appreciate that a lot. But anywho guys, I think I'll be closing up shop for the night. Thank you for stopping by and listening to one of our files get declassified, and please do stop by again to have another sit down, another bowl of ramen, and another case file looked into. And just as a final fun fact to y'all, if you wanted to know why I decided to call the channel the Ramen Shop Detective Agency, it's actually a little callback to something in Yu Yu Hakusho, in the manga at least. So in the manga, after the events of Three Kings, things play out very differently. We'll talk about that once we get to those arcs. But Yusuke essentially opens up a ramen cart or ramen shop in, you know, Living World as a job, but it doubles as his little spirit detective agency. And I always thought it was fun and silly, and it kind of sucks that it never made it into the anime. I believe it's hinted at, or like, you know, made note of in the OVAs that came out in 2018, that he is working at a ramen shop. That's what he does. But I just love the fact that that's what happens in the manga, you know, despite how messy the manga did end up kind of being towards the end. I do really love those last few chapters. I think they're really fun and have a lot of that Togashi flair in them, despite them kind of being like, oh wow, this is a little odd. So that's why I decided to name the channel after the fact that Yusuke ended up running a ramen shop. So now I have a ramen shop talking about Yu Yu Hakusho, and thus the name Ramen Cart Detective Agency. But anywho, that's it for today. Next time, I believe I'll be starting my analysis of Yu Yu Hakusho, starting off with, you know, just story arc breakdown. So we're going to go through the Spirit Detective saga piece by piece, starting off with the Ordeal to Revival arc. So that is about the first 5 chapters of the anime, 5 episodes of the anime. And I can't remember the exact chapter counts, but there are some big differences between the anime and the manga when it comes to this arc. Nothing too serious, but there is a few bits of content from the anime, from the manga, that the anime doesn't get to, just to kind of help smooth the pacing of the anime story. So we'll get to that when we get to that. It shouldn't take too long, maybe a few weeks, for me to just get that together. I've already rewatched the first 5 episodes, kind of have some notes on them. Gonna go over the manga chapters again so we can discuss that. But anywho, guys, thank you for stopping by. Thanks for giving the channel a chance. If you're a fan of Yu Yu Hakusho content, please give this video a like, subscribe, and, you know, so you can be ready for more. And spread the word to your fellow friends who are fans of Yu Yu Hakusho, or if they want to get into it. Thank you guys, much love. I'm Detective K, and thank you for stopping by the Ramen Shop Detective Agency.
Boo this man! No!